We have already completed our first chapter of business studies. If you have completed, go to the Telegram link given in the description box and test your knowledge accordingly. If you haven't seen that, go to the description box and there will be link of the chapter 1 of business studies. So you can go and check that one also. Hi, this is Ishita Khare. You are expecting that today we will cover our second chapter of business studies, but let me tell you, you are wrong. So, what we will do today? So, today we will try to understand the origin of chapter number 2 and the chapter number 3. So, without wasting time, let's go to the green board and understand.
We have already learned about the types of business activities, but today we are going to study the broad categories of business enterprises. So let's start. First is private sector, second is public sector enterprises, third is joint sector. So let's know about it one by one. What are private sector enterprises? As the name suggests, private. It means all those enterprises which are owned, controlled, and managed by private individuals. Remember, owned, controlled, and managed by private individuals. For example, Infosys, Tata, Wipro, Reliance, and so many. So, through this, we have cleared private sector enterprises. So, let's move on to the next one, that is public sector enterprises. So, let's know about what are public sector enterprises. As the name suggests, all those business enterprises which are owned, controlled, and managed by government, whether it is a central government or it is a state government. Let's discuss some of the examples of public sector enterprises. So the first is BHEL, SAIL, GAIL, and so many. These types of enterprises are owned by government. I hope from today you can easily differentiate these two. So let's discuss the other one, that is joint sector enterprises. So, what are joint sector enterprises? It's very simple. As the name suggests, joint. It means all those business enterprises which are owned, controlled, and managed jointly by private individuals and government. So there may be the question that how these types of enterprises work by both, as all the day-to-day activities are done by private individuals, whereas government has control over these types of enterprises. We have learned all the meanings of private, public, and joint sector enterprises. I hope through this visualization you will never forget this. So let's move on to the next slide. That is, what are the types or the forms of private sector enterprises and forms or types of public sector enterprises? So let's move on one by one. Under private sector enterprises, sole proprietor, or we can say sole trader, joint Hindu family business, partnership, cooperative society, and the last is company. These are the types of private sector enterprises. So let's see the other side, public sector enterprises. Under public sector, departmental undertaking, statutory cooperation, government company, these are the types of public sector enterprises. So let me tell you that in your class 11th business studies, we will going to study these two. It means the types of private sector enterprises as well as public sector enterprises. But the private sector enterprises included in chapter 2 of class 11th business studies. But the public sector enterprises will be covered in the chapter number 3, that is private, public, government enterprises. So in upcoming session, we will going to cover sole proprietor, joint into family business, partnership, cooperative organization and companies. This we will cover in the next session.